Remember, make your stream about something.
Hopefully viewers will show up soon. I just really can't believe how dirty they did us. Hello to whoever is here watching. I hope. Oh, okay. Hey VIP. Today honestly has been a really, really shitty day. Remember how we had the Impala, but we had to give it up because we couldn't keep up with the payments? Well, those motherfuckers, they sold it like they said they would.
But for dirt fucking cheap.
They sold it for half of what was left on it. They want us to pay all this fuckery on a car we don't even have anymore because we couldn't afford to have it. And they want us to fork this over.
It's all flips. Flip your screen. Rotate your camera.
Oh, okay, I'll do it this way then. Okay. So as you can see,
they sold the car. It's the second to last line in the top section. $9,250. They sold it for so cheap. It's ridiculous. And the bottom balance, the 11 grand and change, that's how much we still owe on a car we do not have anymore.
Because we couldn't afford to keep it. So I'm feeling hella depressed right now. Thinking of leaving Life's Hotel early, but I'm not gonna do it. But the thoughts are hitting hard right now, guys. This is retarded. We're driving a shitmobile that we're borrowing from my parents because we can't afford a car. And they want us to cough this up. If any of you guys have rich friends or family that likes to help people that are struggling,
we're going to be setting up a GoFundMe.
We're going to have to make a GoFundMe because we're not going to be able to afford this. I'm feeling my body wanted to have a panic attack, but I'm mentally forcing myself to stay as calm as I can, but I am shook, guys. I don't know why they sold the car for so fucking cheap, but they expect us to pay the difference. So I don't know what to do, guys. If any of you have any experience with handling debt like this, please give us advice, because this is... feels like what little air was in my lungs got knocked out. That car was one that we bought from a dealership and we were making payments on, but we couldn't afford to keep making those payments when inflation forced a lot of DoorDash customers to stop ordering.
We owe them because we owe them money because on principal, our original loan, we were paying off interest and the principal, but for some reason, no, they didn't repossess. Well, technically they repossessed it. We surrendered the car, but for some reason they sold it for freaking dirt cheap.
Half of what they should have.
I would still say that car is easily 15 grand still. I mean, even in this paperwork, it shows that there was no. Yeah, I'll pull it up right now. Even in this paperwork, it shows There was no mechanical repairs, no lien fees, no storage, and for some reason it looks like they put on the tow twice, so that's almost $500 for them literally just towing the car. Which any other place that we've used, uh, we don't even have a car anymore, dude.
No, we're carless. We're having to borrow a spare vehicle from my dad
Yeah.
because he had a gut feeling an extra car would be needed. And he was correct, but this car is not. I'm not trying to sound ungrateful, but this car is shit compared to what we had before. And now we're being saddled with this. I could really cry right now, but I'm trying hard to keep it together.
On the bottom right here, that's how much we have to pay off that was still left over. $11,228.77.
Yeah.
Her dad is a good guy, but to be fair, he was thinking of us when he got it, but at the same time, he wanted to add to his hoarding. He essentially wanted to have a backup vehicle, which is ridiculous, but we're thankful that he had gotten it. But still, man.
Yeah, I appreciate your guys' sympathy. It's just. I didn't think life would be this hard. I didn't want to cry and stream, but I really can't help it right now. I'm grieving the death of several people I love. Dealing with work not being successful anymore. Not having the nice car we used to. And now they're trying to get blood from a turnip out of us. I could really use all the prayers possible, guys. And so can my husband. He's better at not showing how much it's affecting him. But I'm just not very strong right now. Thank you guys for your kind words and the prayers. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. It's just we work our asses off, being out and about, basically living in a car for work, only to get a few jobs in a whole day, which is not enough to live on. And then they want us to pay over $300 a month for a car we don't have anymore. I'm gonna have to make a GoFundMe, guys, and I really don't want to do that, but can't afford the price of pride right now. If any of you guys have dealt with anything similar, I would love to hear from you about how it went and what you did. Any pointers that you could throw our way. Hey, Arun. I'm crying for many reasons. I've been missing many people who I love to have died, and work has not been going well for us. We do DoorDash deliveries for a living because I have too many health issues to work a normal job, and sitting in a car as the passenger is the only kind of work my back could handle. And my husband's identity got stolen and his working name ruined in the town we live in. And so DoorDash is the only form of income we have right now. All the job applications he's filled out have led to no interviews because his working name got ruined. And who would contact someone with a shitty working name if they got other good looking working names, you know? And the latest insult, for those of you who are just tuning in, we used to have a 2020 Chevy Impala that was a rental car, and we bought it for a deal, and we were making payments on it. But then when inflation hit, we stopped earning enough money to keep up with the payments. And after having to borrow from family a couple of times to make 2 payments in a row, we realized it's not going to work anymore. So we willingly surrendered the car back to the dealer. They said they were going to sell it and have us pay the difference.
And they sell it for dirt cheap.
This is why I am so disheartened right now. They expect us to fork over 11 grand for a car we don't have anymore because we couldn't afford to keep it anymore. And we truly don't know what to do. DoorDash is all that we have for work. Because like I said, my husband's working name got ruined and no one's given him a chance. And I physically am unable to get and keep a job because I have multiple diseases affecting my back, the muscles, the discs, and the nerves. So doing DoorDash together is the only kind of work that we got going right now that we can do. And then the fucking credit union sends us this bullshit. And I'm on the edge of a panic attack, but I'm keeping it together. But we really need prayer, guys. That either a hero will come pull us out of this, or something else will give, because we gave up the car because we couldn't afford it. And now they expect us to pay this much. Yeah, we might have to file for bankruptcy. I gotta catch up on the comments. I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just trying to keep calm. I can't donate blood. I'm on too many prescriptions. And my husband is also on medication. I don't want to cut my hair. I've been spending the last 4 years growing it out. And I finally feel confident about it. Yeah, I want to tell them we can't pay, but I'm not sure what they're going to do about that. What happened was his social security got used by an illegal worker who did a bad job. And on the employee records, when you look at my husband's social, all the jobs that thief worked show up looking as if my husband actually did work all those jobs. And the place where that thief worked at refused to give us any info that could lead to figuring out who it was. There was absolutely nothing we could do. And we tried everything that we could. So we're truly stuck. We're in a pit. First depth of the pit got dug when COVID hit. And people got paranoid. And work just about dried up for us. We had to live on the credit card for everything. And it was horrible. Then the identity thief ruined my husband's name. That deepened the pit that we were pushed into. And inflation made the pit even deeper, and now this, we are unable to climb out unless someone pulls us out. And it hurts like hell to have to say that. Because I was raised to be proud and earn your keep. Pay your way. Support yourself as much as you can. only take help if there's nothing else that you can do. And it's that point where we need help, guys. Whether it's prayers or advice on what to do or donations. We need all the help that we can get, guys. I have a link to my PayPal and my Cash App in the description of this live stream. If you're able to donate money that you have no need or plans for, I'd be extremely grateful. And if you just pray for us, I'd be extremely grateful. And any advice on how to get out of this would be extremely helpful. I have applied for disability, but they didn't acknowledge the severity of my conditions and how much they limited me. I had x-rays of my back taken last year. When I have the overall ability to handle reapplying again, I'm going to attach the latest imaging to my application. But I just feel like we're stuck in a mouse wheel, running for our lives but going nowhere. Well, thank you, Edwin. That is a nice way to look at it. I really appreciate you guys. I can't do any sort of important work because I require medical cannabis to want to stay alive. My back pain is so severe that when I'm stone sober, 99% of the time, I'm having fantasies of not having to live anymore. Cannabis is the only medicine that takes away those thoughts and puts that crippling pain on mute for me. And I don't trust myself to handle any important documents or anything when I'm on pain management, because I know my memory, it's shitty when I'm on pain management, but it's either that and be happy or at least alright with being alive, or wish for death because the back pain is truly too much to handle. Yeah, I think you're right, John. Dilly, do you have scoliosis, disc degeneration in your whole spine, arthritis in your lower back and pelvic bones, and nerve damage? No? If you don't have all those conditions, you've got dick to say about my life, and I'm struggling to survive it. Like, I'm not even shy. I'm gonna show you guys my back. I want you to aim the camera.
It's curved.
That is why I cannot work. And if you look, not aligned, uneven.
That's where her hips are.
Tilted. The pain makes me want to die if I'm sober.
Easy with that roll. Why does it keep saying that?
I don't understand.
Just ignore it.
Yeah. No. Oh my gosh, more technical troubles. Like, I need to deal with that. But yeah, that's my back. That's why I need to be high on cannabis all the time. Otherwise, the pain literally takes away my will to live. I have seen a couple of surgeons and they refuse to treat me because I am of a small frame and I have a history of being underweight because of pain affecting my appetite, making me unable to feel hunger. And so when two surgeons say they don't want to operate on you because they don't think your body would handle it, it's a pretty damn obvious sign I shouldn't get that surgery. So all I can do at this point is just manage the pain, do basic stretching, and that's it. Thank you, Adam. I appreciate that. Well, the thing is, the IRS recognizes that it was a theft, but on job applications, it doesn't reflect in the job history when you look under my husband's name. Work history takes several years to fall off the recent records. Because in America, they look back at like the last 7 or 8 years of your work history to get an idea of who you are and what they can expect from you. And that identity theft happened less than 6 years ago, so we're still going to be suffering for a while before those false work histories fall off the record. If you've never been the victim of identity theft, be thankful and be careful. It truly is a life ruiner.
Yeah, even at 7 years, we still got 2 more years left to go until it's off my record. But even then, I can't get anything. Hell, I can't even get hired at Walmart. I can't even be a fucking greeter. I'd fucking do anything. I'd love to fucking work for them, but my application always gets fucking gone. I never get any callbacks. Hell, I'll go in there and they will still tell me, sorry, we're busy, we're full, but we can give you a call back later. And guess what? I never get that call. I never get it.
Even though he's got all the skills to do all these different types of jobs and all these different positions, it means dick because the thief ruined his name. So,
I mean, I clearly got experience working in a car. I was a backroom lead at the 99-cent store. I was a manager at the 99-cent store. I made sushi. I was a sushi chef.
yeah.
Like, I legit got trained for it and everything. I know how to bake. I know how to cook. I can't even work in a bakery, like at Walmart or at Save Mart. Hell, I can't even get a job as a bagger at Save Mart.
And it's not for lack of trying, guys. It's the thief ruined his name. And so these potential employers don't want to take a chance on someone with a shitty work history.
It can only be removed after so many years. And even then, not every place is going to have that updated.
No, and if you try to go in there to explain it to them, they won't care.
Yeah, they act like I'm messing up by going in to ask about it when they say, oh, well, you're supposed to wait for us to call you. You're supposed to wait for us. You're supposed to wait for us. Well, if you never call me, how am I supposed to wait for you?
Yeah, so...
Well, we'll call you when we need you. I'm like, okay. Never gets a fucking call back. I go in, oh, just wait for us.
You know, we basically got pushed, like, the messenger got Spartan kicked by Leonidas. You know, we fell down that deep fucking well, and we can't get out. We we have to hope other people will help pull us out at this point, and it's very difficult to admit that. But if any of you guys have any advice on how to deal with a, a debt that you can't pay, we're accepting any and all advice. If you've been through something like we have, because like I said a bit ago, I feel like there was little air in my lungs to begin with, and now that little bit just got knocked out of me.
Well, Plymouth, I know. Honestly, that's the only way I was even able to get that sushi job was because she delivered to the Save Mart that my mom used to work at before she retired, and apparently the owner was there making deliveries, dropping off sushi because she had a contract or whatever. Anyway, the only way I got in is because my mom heard that she needed help, so I went there. I took my application that day, and I'm like, I'm ready to start whenever. I'm like, I can start right now. So she taught me right then and there how to roll the sushis. And then about a month later, she was showing me, after she liked how I was presenting everything, my OCD, how I made everything look as perfect as possible. That's when she started training me on doing the raw sushi. You know, like with fish, tuna, salmon, and after I got my food handlers managerial thing. Anyway, yeah, I even have my food handlers card still too, and it's still active for like another 2 years. Well, anyway, a month in, she showed me how to do that, how to deal with the meat. I got certified, and then I was cutting up the sushi and cutting up all the raw meat. Hell, I was supposed to help open another location, and then she lets me go because her sister, i.e., my coworker, was jealous that I was getting paid more than her. And to be fair, I understand that, but at the same time, her sushi looked horrible and mine looked pretty. My OCD, I made everything look as pretty as possible. I always like getting everything lined up. It's all about presentation. But yeah, like literally, the only way I can actually get a job nowadays is either through a friend, which sadly, we kind of don't have any friends. We're too busy fucking working.
Yeah. Everyone we used to be close to, we haven't really talked to in a long time. Because we've just been busy surviving one day at a time. But, like I said, we are in desperate need of every prayer for things to get better. And if you or anyone you know is feeling like helping someone in need, we'd be extremely grateful for every penny that gets sent our way. And every kind word helps, and every bit of advice on what to do about the debt. We really are needing help. Um, and it's just hard to have to admit needing that much help right now. But
take it easy and breathe. You can't be inhaling and exhaling as you're talking at the same time.
I just wasn't expecting to get hit by that number. For those of you who are just tuning in, if there are any of you, we are expected to pay over 11 grand for a car that
we legally do not own.
We legally surrendered back to the dealer because we couldn't keep up with the payments. And then they sold it to someone else for way less than what they should have. And they want us to pay the difference, which is over 11 grand. And they expect us to fork over 300 a month on a car we don't have anymore.
Oh, it's probably more.
And
it's probably like 370 a month. So yeah. They literally knock off 100 and change and say, okay, well, if you can't pay for your car, pay for this.
This is
you. I can't pay anything.
This is the shit that we're dealing with. We got this letter today. And I had just felt like today might go well, and then this shows up in the mail. They want us to pay that much, even though there was no need for any repairs. You know, we did well at maintaining the car, but
They could have easily asked for $15,000 for that car.
yeah. And so they want us to pay over 11 grand, which we don't fucking have. If we had that, we would still have the car. So it really feels impossible to win. It's just not how I was thinking life would go for us. But yeah, Lord Prep, we willingly surrendered it after making sure we were paid up to date at that point. Our parents even helped us reach that final payment, you know.
Well, it wasn't a
And
repo
then,
surrender.
yeah.
I'm moving the car.
Okay.
We're gonna stay in the parking lot. I'm just moving over there.
I'm hoping we'll get an order that'll be worth it. But yeah, we willingly surrendered it, and then they want us to fork over money we don't have.
Like, if we had 11 grand, we wouldn't be in California.
So if any of you have experienced dealing with over $10,000 in debt and getting rid of it, we would really, really love to hear how you handled it and what happened.
Yeah, because we're still new to this. We don't know what to do.
We feel completely blindsided and just
I wish we could sue them.
Yeah, I wish so too. But we had like 19 grand left on that car. And we thought they would sell it for at least 15, you know, because it's a 2020 and we took care of it even though we drove it a lot. But now they sold it for less than 10. It just feels like a bad dream we can't wake up from. Yeah, Lord Prep, we're dying to leave. We just don't have the money to make that move. And we got no place to move to. We're in credit card debt. And we're living rent free at my parents'. We're earning our keep by cooking for them sometimes and keeping up with the housework my mom can't handle anymore. But we're having to depend on my parents for a place to live. We're having to borrow a spare vehicle from my dad. This vehicle doesn't have working AC at the moment, and it's about to get hotter weather too, so I'm stressing about that. And we were already feeling overwhelmed having to have given up the car in the first place. And now it just feels like adding insult to injury. Hey Casey, I wish I could stay positive. Let me show you why I'm not doing so hot right now. So we had to surrender the umbrella that we had for a couple of years because we could not keep up with the payments. We had my parents help us pay up to date when we had surrendered it, so no late fees on a payment. The dealership took the car, turned around and sold it for way less than what they should have. $9,000 when we had 19 left to pay on it. and they want us to pay the difference. And as you can see, there was no repairs needed, no new tires needed, no lien fees or storage fees. And I just feel like we're drowning, running out of air, and we need someone to pull us to the surface because we can't get up on our own. But enough about our shit show going on. How are you guys doing? I want to focus on you guys so I don't have to think about my shit right now. It's 4:18 already. I'm live for 36 minutes. Oh, Jacob, I'm so sorry to hear that. You and your father and all those who care about you guys are in my prayers. I'll be praying that you guys can make the most of whatever time is left. But we want to leave California and go to Oregon for a couple of reasons. Firstly, my brother, his wife, and their 2 kids live there and they're happy. And secondly, living over there would be less expensive and just a much better scenery. You know, it'd be better for our mental health. But we don't have the money to make that move yet. We would need like 20 grand to cover the debts that we owe and to get a vehicle that could tow our trailer all the way out there. And we're just trying to handle life one day at a time, and it's overwhelming right now. Thank you, VIP. I appreciate that. I hope that you guys are having an easier time than we are. You saw yesterday. PG wants to raise electric. Yeah, it's ridiculous. The rich and the elites they're purposefully soft killing the populace by making critical things a bit more expensive each year so that the poorest of us all won't be able to make it and they'll be effectively killed off from pricing being too much. And we're definitely feeling the pain of it getting worse every year. If we could, we'd love to run away and hide in the woods. But even that would take money that we don't have. Yeah, it is like the Hunger Games. It's terrible. My parents never had to deal with anything like how we're dealing with it. Just makes me wish the rapture would happen any second now, but Only God the Father knows when the rapture will be exactly. It just be nice if we could have like an idea of when it'll be, like within a week or a month of it happening. Oh, so cute. Adorable. But if we could know, like if we had a week or a month left, then I would definitely be more able to handle stress.
Kind of looks beautiful.
A little bit, yeah.
The nose.
Yeah, I see it. Yes. Has it already been the 7th rate increase? Damn. I'm just praying that the $5,000 tax refund that Trump's trying to get sent out will actually work. This life is just ridiculous. You have to be rich or know somebody to make it in this world. I want to know how you guys are, what your day is like so far, if you have any exciting plans, or if you did anything exciting lately. So we're just sitting here in the car waiting for DoorDash orders. Hey, Alfeo. Even though my face doesn't show it, it's good to see you. I just got some real shitty news today, and I'm struggling to accept it right now. I'm sure you remember how we had that Impala and we had to give it up. Well, the dealership resold it to someone else for half of what we had left on it. If you look, get better lighting here. Okay, see, all of that, we had 19 grand left on it, and they sold it to someone else for 9 grand, and they want us to pay the difference, which is a total of way too fucking much for us to afford. And we just got this today, and I already was having a rough time with missing loved ones who have died, and now to be financially suffocated like this, it's not helping. But you know, this is the bullshit that hit today, and we can't afford it. We gave up the Impala because we couldn't afford the payments, and then they want us to fork over that much. The American dream is a nightmare. We did know we would have to pay the difference, but we didn't think they'd be so fucking stupid to charge half of what was left on it. extremely
They sold it for
stressful.
less than half of what we had bought for it.
Mm-hmm. So we're really feeling the stress of that. I've already cried about it on stream and I was trying not to. It's just that overwhelming and stressful right now. Hey, Xfinity. Yeah, that is a good reason. Stealerships. That's the damn truth. Well, since you're just joining in Xfinity, I assume you already know about how we had to give up the Impala. Well, they turned around and sold it at auction, like they said they would. Let me show you this bullshit. Okay, so you see the 19 grand? That's how much we had left on it. See the 9 grand? That's how much they sold it for. And they want us to pay the difference. And after all their fucking fees and shit, 11 grand. It would be over 300 a month to pay this off. And we had to give up the car because we couldn't handle 7 for the car payment and insurance. And they want us to pay over 3 for a car we don't even have, that we willingly surrendered. So if any of you got rich friends or family, or you know anyone that likes to donate and help people that are struggling, we'd be extremely grateful for every penny that gets sent our way and for every prayer said on our behalf, because we can't pay this. We can't. And it's extremely overwhelming right now. This is not a good day. But yeah, it is crazy. We were not consulted or told anything except, oh, we're gonna sell it and you pay the difference. That's adorable. I love those teeth. Bankruptcy. Yeah, we don't have any experience dealing with this shit, so we don't know what to do. Yeah, well, we didn't. We had to give up the car because we couldn't afford the payments on the car and the insurance for covering the car. So we need like 20 grand right now to get out of the hole that we're in. That's pretty good. But thanks, guys. We need prayer that we'll either be forgiven of that debt or we'll come into a lump sum that'll help us pay for it, because as it stands, we're fucked. There's nothing that we can do. This life is just retarded. Rich assholes get ahead doing whatever they want, and us good, decent people struggle and struggle.
We've been live this whole time with DoorDash, and we have only gotten a few orders today.
Yeah, sad but true. And they weren't even good paying orders. They were shitty paying orders, but we had to take them for our acceptance rate to go up. Because with DoorDash, if you don't keep up a certain acceptance rate, they don't give you priority order offers or priority in picking a schedule. So if we decline an order, that declines us by 1%, or 1 out of 100 deliveries. They expect you to keep 85 or better.
They think
And
this is great.
$4.25 to go 2.2 miles for a McDonald's order doesn't seem that great, does it, guys?
And they expect it to take a half hour of my time too.
Yeah, would you be willing to spend an hour or half an hour of your life for $4?
Because that's what DoorDash thinks we're worth.
We have to take it. Our
We have
acceptance
to
rate is
take
too
all
low.
the shit orders.
There were too many shitty ones that we declined, and now we have to take every one that hits our way. I know things could be worse, but it's hard to feel that right now.
Dude, are you gonna go?
And now we're stuck behind a dumbass slow driver.
Go, bitch. Nurgen took his time.
For real. I hope you guys are having an easier time in life. If there's anything that you've got going on that I can pray about for you, let me know and I'll pray for you. I just ask for prayer for work to get busy for us, and for a way to get rid of that 11 grand added debt to go away.
And people often forget if you filing for bankruptcy actually costs money.
I didn't realize it did.
Well, it's not free.
But yeah, so we're stuck up Shit Creek.
We
No
take
paddle.
any and all donations.
Have a link.
Now it's not just for Andy's medicine, it's for us to actually fucking pay bills.
Yeah. I was accepting donations to keep constant supply of my medical cannabis so I don't lose my will to live from physical pain crippling me. But now the donations you guys send are gonna go to that and bills. So every prayer, every kind word, and every penny donated is very appreciated and needed right now. And again, if any of you have had experience dealing with sudden blow of $11,000 in debt, my husband and I would love to hear how you handled it or how you are handling it, and to give us any pointers that you can, because we don't know what to do about this right now. We're completely blindsided.
Mom's behind us.
She is? Are you serious? Oh, that's funny. The odds of that.
Dad was all like, Mom's gonna be upset at you. I'm like, why? He's like, because I'm telling her that you cut down the lemon tree. I'm like, it's not my fault you didn't measure it.
That's funny. Alright.
I recommend you stay here.
I'm gonna. I love you.
Love you more.
I love you
Take it
most.
easy, yo.
I am. But for real though, guys, if any of you have dealt with over $10,000 in a single debt being dumped on you, I would appreciate every bit of advice and help that you could say. I really didn't think surviving would be this difficult. Oh well. But for real though, guys, I want to hear how you're doing. I need to be distracted from this. And right now we're picking up a DoorDash order. Shitty paying McDonald's order. Beggars can be choosers.
Of all times, right there, Mom behind us.
That
I
is
saw
funny.
the grayish blue car, and I was like, huh? So then I looked out my rear view on my left, and I saw Mom, and then she spotted me checking the car out, and she was like, hey.
That's
I'm
funny.
Like, oh, that's Mom.
But for real though, I see there are like 9 of you here.
Feel free to say anything.
I only do these live streams so I can interact with people and work on my social anxiety. I don't go live just so that I can talk about a topic. I know I should start doing that, but I'm not in the headspace for that right now. I need actual communication, or I'm going to be ending the stream so I can listen to music instead. But I want to give you guys a chance to make it worth my while to hang out.
Like that. What the hell was that just now? Is that Mom again?
Not sure. Alright, well, no one seems able to interact, so I'm a dip. I'll try and be back on later tonight, but no guarantees. Be good to yourselves and to each other.